Coming back to my childhood, so I was born to Rishi Kapoor and Neetu Singh, who are actors.
Mm-hmm.
I am fourth generation
Mm-hmm.
in my family of actors. I grew up uh, in a privileged household. I went to Bombay Scottish School. I was not really good at studies because very early on I realized to become an actor you don't need to study. So I used that to my advantage. Um,
How did you know you want to be an actor?
I don't think I ever, there was a day where I said, okay, I want to be an actor. I think because you are a star kid,
Mhm.
so there is so much of attention. See, the thing is, in school, if you get attention from a girl, you feel like, oh, मैं तो actor बन सकता हूँ. I mean, it starts there, the confidence comes in. Then being from the family that I come from, it was taken for granted. But like, I remember whenever I used to do like dramatics in school, I was not really good. I was never selected. I was an introvert. I still am. I was very good in football. So football gave me a purpose. It gave me a sense of, okay, I'm decent at something. I was below average in everything. I
Did you
grew
get treated specially in school? Being
not special. No, I got beaten up by everybody, the teachers, the principal. I remember one day I was crawling out of class. I was in
we're
this.
about the same age, no?
I'm 41, 82 born.
Similar.
Yeah. So, but I was in like a convent school. So, like, they were very strict. They used to hit us with canes and like dusters on the knuckles and all of that. So, I've gone through all of that. And being a naughty kid, and because they thought that I was this celebrity kid and I was going out of control, they used to kind of pick on me a little bit more. Having said that, no, I don't want to like bitch about my teachers and principal because I really had a good time in school. I went to Bombay Scottish, which is a school in Mahim. Then I went to HR college. I got 54.3 in my 10th standard boards. And when I got that, I was in New York because my father was directing a movie called Aab Laut Chale. And when my mother was in Mumbai and when she heard of the result, she called us. I haven't seen happiness in my family's face as what I witnessed. When they heard that I got 54.3, they thought like, "Arey, हमारे घर genius पैदा हुआ है." Like nobody had passed my family. The seventh dropout, eighth dropout, ninth dropout. So like they really thought, okay, this guy can achieve something in life. Did a little bit of assisting on a film called Aab Laut Chale, which didn't work. My father directed that film, realized that my father's a terrific actor, but he's not that good a director because he doesn't have a temperament to be a director. He's very short-tempered.
What is a director's temperament?
It's very hard, Yannick, because you are basically, it's such a selfless job. A good director, you're doing everybody's job, but giving them the credit for it. You are the boss on set, and any decision is your decision. Like they'll come to you, even for like a color or like lensing or lighting or performance, everything's up to you. So it's kind of you playing God in a way. So, anyways, my father was not cut out for that. I went to HR college in Mumbai. Never saw a classroom. Just had dosa outside and went and the pool bug had hit everyone, right? Snooker and pool and bowling. There was a very cool place called the Bowling Company which had opened in Mumbai, and that was a haunt. All the 2 years of my college life I've spent there. Then I went to New York. I went to a film school called School of Visual Arts. I didn't score very good in my SATs, so I didn't get into NYU, USC, or UCLA. So I got into this school, SVA, which is pretty good. It's a graphic design school. That's what they specialize in. So did direction there. I realized that my passion was growing more towards direction than acting. Made a lot of short films, which I'm very embarrassed about. But got an understanding of how movies are made. But it's only after I came back to Mumbai, after I dropped out of, it was an undergrad course, a 4-year undergrad course. I finished all my film classes, didn't take humanity and science classes, dropped out because I said, कि मैं degree लेके क्या करूँगा? I just needed to get some experience in film. So I dropped out, I came back. My father said I'm too young, and I suddenly started getting a lot of attention from directors and people in media, and said, go back to America, spend a year, do something useful that could help you. So I enrolled myself at the Lee Strasberg Theatre Institute.
That's popular, right? I've heard of
It's
it.
popular. They teach you the method. I'm not a really big fan of the method, but I think by then I was very eager to come back and start work. I felt like, okay, I'd got the experience of America. It was not really the college experience, but just the experience of the exposure. Just interacting with students from all over the world, living alone. My father kept me on a very tight budget. Um, just to give you an example, of course, when I say tight budget, I'm still coming from a privileged background, but it was enough that I could have a McDonald's dollar menu meal for lunch and dinner. So it was like $2 lunch, $2 dinner. It was as strict as that. Even though I come from a privileged background, this was.
Why do you think that is?
He's never addressed this or spoken to me about it, but he really wanted me to like live like a student and not live like somebody who's.
Why do you think rich parents do that?
I don't know, teach you value for money. Even when I came back and I started assisting Mr. Bansali on a film called Black, I was an assistant director. He took away my car, so I had to travel in public transport. I was not getting any pocket money. So I think he really wanted to school me in a way that, yeah, this is not life. You're too moisturized. You need to really see what hardship is. Whatever
Do you
little
think they
bit-
do that for you or for themselves to show that they are doing it?
See, the thing is, having a child, and now since I have a child, I also question that if I'm doing something, am I doing it because it's making me happy and because I feel this is good for her or it's for her? So that question, I'll never be able to answer,
Did everybody know pre-going to New York to the film school that you're going to be an actor?
Yeah.
In
Everybody knew who I was, especially like, you get pointed out a lot. He's Rishi Kapoor's son, all of that. So you get attention, but because I'm an introvert, so I was always running away from it. New people, means new expectations, new friends. I started smoking cigarettes, which became a very nasty habit from the age of 17 till last year when I finally quit.
How did you manage that?
When I became a father, I started feeling very unhealthy. So yeah, HR college reminds me of smoking because it was the first time I bought a cigarette packet. You share with your friends and you smoke outside and you feel grown up and all of that. First time that you're wearing your own clothes, wearing a school uniform.
Yeah.
I've always been a fashion guy.
So what happened in life beyond New York? We can go back there.
So Nikhil, I mean, when I started, I was always regarded as this playboy guy who was just like dating actresses. And let me tell you, I was in New York for 3 years, 9 months. I didn't date one girl. I didn't go on one date. I was at
What
home.
era was this?
This was from 2000 to 2003.
Why?
Because I made myself believe, I've always been an ashik. So I made myself believe that my first girlfriend in school, when I left for New York, even though I was not with her, I made myself believe that was my love of my life. Now it's over. Now let's just focus on work. If things happen with her, it'll happen. But that's not. And I think that mindset just made me not feel interested about anybody. Nobody. But yeah, when I came back and I started working, and then of course I dated two very successful actresses, and that just became my identity. That he's a Casanova, and I was labeled a cheater for a very large part of my life. I still am. It's one of those adjectives which pop up.
Bothers you? Don't care.
No, I don't care. It used to bother me because it's not really entirely true. People don't know the entire story, and I would never ever speak about somebody like this in public because it's a very private thing. But things were spoken about me, and if it makes that person happy, I don't have any conflict with that person. But it used to bother me when it used to bother my parents. So my parents used to open the papers and read about it, and they were like, "What's happening?" So I don't think they also got bothered. I used to think that okay, it's bothering them, so it's bothering me. But eventually, I realized that listen, I am just a commodity. Now I am accepted by the audience. Now people write good things about me, bad things about me. It's just a commodity. It doesn't matter. So why am I taking myself so seriously? There are millions of problems which are way more important than me feeling bad about being written about.
And you believe in, when you say romantic, you believe in one woman forever.
I think that's the only way, right? I mean, that's the only healthy way of living is because I wouldn't want my woman to be with somebody else. So I won't be able to accept that. So it's only fair that that person expects the same from me. So I don't want to hurt the person I love. I don't want to hurt Alia, and I definitely don't want to hurt my daughter.
So you finished college in New York, and then?
Then I came back, like I said, and my father said, too much attention, go back, do something. You're too young. I was, must be like 20, 21. Spent another year there, trying to come back. When I came back, every director in the film industry wanted to launch me. But I was a big fan of Sanjay Leela Bhansali. And I'm like, every director wants to work with me. Why isn't Sanjay Leela Bhansali offering me a movie? So I was like, maybe he's not aware of me. So I went, made a resume, and sat outside his office. Didn't tell him who I was, whatever. And I waited. He was not there. I left the resume. I went home. He called me the next day, and he, of course, reading my name, understood who I was. And I told him I'm a big fan. Devdas had just released at that time, and I loved Devdas. Hum Dil Le Chuke Sanam, big fan of that film. And the first day when he met me, he said that I want to make a film with you. And so ambition was achieved right there. But that 1 year or 1.5 years I spent assisting on Black with Mr. Bhansali was actually the biggest film school of my life. Because he was a very hard taskmaster. We were working 14, 15 hours a day. There were 10 other assistants, and because I was who I was not some special kid. I was like everybody, and he was very short-tempered. So we used to face a lot of anger coming our way, and I think that really hardened me. It really prepared me for anything in life. And then Saawariya happened, which again was a very big disaster. And in hindsight, I'm very grateful that it didn't do well, because that also prepared me for life. So I had these two setbacks starting on. Of course, I was accepted as an actor in a way that, okay, this guy has potential, maybe he'll do something. Then I had Bachna Hai Hasino, which kind of just played on to that image of me being a Casanova, because the character was that. But I think...
Is that a bad thing? I feel like this Casanova thing really works.
Well, it's not about good thing or bad thing. It's not the truth. So again, it was not a perception that I was playing or a PR game I was playing. It was just... I was the new young kid, right? Everybody was married and all the superstars, and so they had to kind of write about somebody. So anyways, then I think the big film or the big moment of my life in my career was when I did a film called Wake Up Sid with Ayan. It's the first time I met Ayan. But then I realized that, I remember on the third or fourth day, I've spoken about this a lot, but Ayan came to me after 3-4 days of shoot and sat down and said that you're ruining my film because you're playing this part like a hero and this is a character. And something just clicked, like, okay, today in cinema, you can play a character. You don't need to always play the hero. You don't always have to play the quintessential hero. And I think that really helped me in my next few years of the subjects I chose.
Hi, I'm Nikhil Kamath. I'd love to know what you thought of the episode. Comment, like, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.